Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. So, one of the big issues in filmmaking recently has been the use of AI. And in today's video, Bob Iger from Disney attempts to clarify Disney's position on the use of AI, how they're going to use it. They are indeed going to use it, but we're going to find out if he said anything of value. Before we do that, I just wanted to take a moment to remind you that I do have a second channel. I've redesigned it like 4 times in the last month. It's back under my personal name. Right now, the main thing that I'm doing is I'm releasing a lot of poetry, haiku in particular. I'm sort of in a haiku kick, but in the future, look for other creative endeavors by me personally. So that's what the Brian Kunkel channel is going to be. All right, then. He basically, Iger says they have 3 rules for how they're going to deal with the use of AI. So I'm going to skip right down to that relevant part. Where is it here? Given the speed that it is developing, we're taking precautions to make sure of 3 things. 1, that our IP is being protected. That's incredibly important, Iger said. 2nd, that our creators are being respected. I hope so. And last, that our customers are being considered and valued, particularly of this technology as this technology emerges rapidly. So nothing really specific here. I'm sure that was by design. You don't want to get yourself in some sort of legally binding situation and come off as a liar. But I was expecting something a little bit more concrete, something akin to Isaac Asimov's three laws of robotics. But no, I think we got a lot of nothing burger generalized statements here. One, that our IP is being protected. I'm not sure how that matters if this story is about how you plan to use AI. Certainly, you could use AI to identify your property being stolen and utilized by other companies, I suppose, but that's a whole wild west of legal machinations that have yet to be decided. 2nd, that our creators are being respected. I hope so. I think creators are the lifeblood of creativity. They're their most important aspect. At all times, creators tend to feel like we're being mistreated, and in the case of these big business situations, they feel like they're being eliminated. They're afraid of being eliminated, afraid of losing work. But what if the creators themselves are among the people who are advocating for the use of AI in certain situations? I think that's a gray area. And last, that our customers are being considered and valued, particularly as this technology emerges rapidly. I think that there is a large portion of people who are sort of consciously following filmmaking who are concerned about the use of AI. I think those particular customers, I'm sort of in the middle. We feel that if you're going to be using AI to sort of dupe us in your creation of these illusions, we sort of want to know about it. I think that seems to be the shape of it. There are other people who probably the general public, at large, doesn't follow filmmaking. They just go and watch the movie. They see the trailer on TV or on YouTube somewhere, and they go and they watch the movie. They don't follow what's going on behind the scenes, how this whole process comes to be. I don't think they necessarily care about the use of AI. Insofar as it's not obvious to them that it's somehow making the film going experience worse. I think clarity is going to be the name of the game. Unfortunately, for better or worse, the way these things work is that a new technology emerges, everybody's afraid of it, then it becomes status quo and nobody gives a shit. So I think we're in that time right now where people are still concerned about it, those at least who are paying attention, whereas probably various types of AI usage are probably happening right under our noses, and we're not sort of even recognizing that, except for where it sort of is revealed to us, like in the case of The Brutalist. And then there was another movie, I can't remember which one of it. It was another one of the big Oscar movies this year. I almost thought it was Wicked, perhaps, but there was a couple movies where AI became an issue. But I think in the case of The Brutalist, which I talked about in a previous video, I don't think it was a big deal. It was just to sort of smooth out the pronunciation of a few lines in Hungarian. It wasn't as if they were otherwise altering the performances in any sort of noticeable way. But when it becomes noticeable, or when it becomes a big deal, it creates the same sort of issue like going back to 2001 to 2003 when Andy Serkis was performing as Gollum in The Lord of the Rings, and there was sort of talk of whether he should qualify for an Oscar, and then the same thing happened with I want to say the apes in the latest Planet of the Apes movies. People wondered, is that performance capture getting covered up by animation? Does that qualify as an acting performance? But I think the same issue can be applied to the use of AI in general. Is it putting something unsavory between us and the performance of the actor as far as eligibility for an award goes? These are all interesting questions. I think that's, or at least a couple of years ago, the various strikes, some of those were supposed to clear up some of these inconsistencies, but I don't know if they have. It certainly appears like the issues are growing, not shrinking. So, yeah, what do you think? Does this do anything to move the needle on how you feel about the use of AI and how you feel about the use of AI from the House of the Mouse? I don't know. I don't think it says very much. I think you're going to have to be more clear eventually. Obviously, somebody asked Iger about it, and he's sort of being very cautious, as he's good at doing, and not getting too deep into the weeds, not tying himself to any clear stance, lest he be eventually ratted out for sort of flipping the script and changing that. And of course, when Iger's gone again here in a couple of years, next guy comes in, may have a completely different philosophy. So there you have it. Disney's stance on the use of AI in their films. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you again soon.